And the next type we're going to talk about is when they ask for which of the following will be a constant. The way we do it is, again, rewrite the equation from the statement. So z varies inversely as x and directly as a square of y. Okay, that's all you need to do. And after that, because they're asking which of the following is a constant, so actually k is a constant term. That means we have to make k the subject now. So just leave k on this side and push everything else to the other side. So because it was being, the x was being divided, so when you multiply it to the other side, it becomes z times x, and then k was next to the y square, so we divide it underneath. So it should look like this. Okay, so once you get it into this form, okay, you need to remember two things. Okay, the answer may not be seen. So the answer may be 1 flipped as a fraction, means the denominator is the numerator or the numerator is the denominator, or it has been magnified by a certain power. Okay, it's magnified by a certain power. So let's see what's the case here. But what should we observe is that these z and x must be next to each other, and then y should be on the other side of the fraction. So in here, you could have said, oh, this is definitely wrong. So a and b is definitely wrong. So let's look at C. So zx, and y squared. So this is exactly flipped. So this is correct. But why is this not correct? Because if I said it's actually the condition 2, magnified by a certain power. But what I mean by magnified by a certain power, either the top and the bottom should be magnified by the same power. So if you see that the bottom is actually a square of the orange part here, that means I need to also square the answer below. So we also need to square the y square. So it should have been y to the power of 4, but it isn't. So for that reason, this is wrong. So the only answer is C. Okay, and I'll show you one more example. Let's look at number 10. So P varies inversely to square root of Q and directly as r to the power of 4. Again, make K the constant. So it's going to be P square root Q over r to the power of 4. Okay, and you can see there's nothing that looks like my answer, but I know that P and Q should be together. P and Q should be together, and Q should and R should be on the other side. So actually, even by just comparing them, you should be able to see that it's this answer. But how do you arrive to this answer? So what have they done? Now, not only they have flipped the answer, okay, but they have also squared the whole thing. Means applying the square to all the terms here. So that should be actually giving us r to the power of 8 p square, and the square root of q is also squared, and you should know that square can cancel out the square root. So actually it's r to the power of 8 p square and q, which is the answer what you see in B. So actually they've done both flip and what we call power up. Okay, so that's a good example to show you that they can actually do both things. Okay, so that's the second type of inequality question. I mean, not inequality, variation question that you may get.